is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Certain people not like me. Everyone got us bag a thing now. Next through me, I do it like Nike. But me not fear no guy, no. No matter how hard them a spite me. Me just a go and do me thing now. Me just a do it like Nike. Me just a do it like Nike. Me just a do it like Nike.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Janae's Uniform Center, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, Collect, KFC, the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
The pioneer just a kicks up, and a hip-hop or calypso. You can't see the star through the tint up. Plus me and the Cuban a link up. Rose gold for the Cuban linked up. How much ice just a and me rings up. From what day you may find out, certain people don't like me. Everyone cock us bag a thing now. Bex through me, I do it like Nike. But me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me. Me just a go and do me thing now. Me just a do it like Nike. 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 To tell you the truth, if I were you, then me probably woulda like me neither. Fresh to the top, born again, them said the flow ungodly, my mind need Jesus. Girl Scout cookies when my mind need reefer. Now when my frost can't find.
The Wednesday, July 26th edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Your boy Naughty in your company right up until 6 p.m. on this wet Wednesday edition. Please proceed with caution and care as you make your ride home. All right, it's wet on the outside, a lot of puddles, a lot of potholes, people on the sidewalks, no need to splash them up. Avoid the puddles as much as you can, slow down because you don't know what lurks beneath. You could hit one of them puddles that is now even deeper because of the rains. You might end up somewhere else. So proceed with caution and care. Small car gang, you all need to know your road. Stay in your lane today, okay? No need to freak yourself out. We know what y'all are capable of. No need to deal with it today. All right? All right. Now we got, it's a Wednesday, so you know the lines shall be open. All right? 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259 here in New Providence. Toll free, Grand Bahama, Abaco, any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96, 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. All right. Now let me hit you up with, with your trivia. I want to make sure your mind in a good place, I don't want you to be off. I want you to be on point. I want you to be in a good mood as we ride home together. All right? So let me see what I'm working with today. Because it's wet, and I don't want to give it to you. I don't want to give it to you, too difficult. But then again, I don't want to give it to you too easy. Okay? All right. Now, let's get this out of the way. That's hilarious. That's what we're going to go with, though. That's what we're going to go with. Recent survey of 100 Bahamian women between the ages of 21 and 52. Survey revealed that 35% have regular dreams about doing this. What is it? 35%, or 35 out of 100, say they have regular dreams about doing this. What is it? That's your mind-bending brain teaser. You got between now and the news and the chances in. and to get your answers on. All right, while you work on that, I got a little info for you. All right, a little FYI for you, because I like to keep you in the know and get you where you want to go. And, of course, you know I got to pick up the sponsors each and every time. Don't forget Fine Threads, the huge sidewalk sale. You know what they're famous for. This Friday and Saturday, huge sidewalk sale, up to 50% off. And Fine Thread Sidewalk Sale is back 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Cash only. Mackey Street location only, all right? The flagship store, top of the hill, Mackey Street only. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Up to 50% off this Friday and Saturday. Huge sidewalk sale over there at Fine Threads. And don't forget John's doing big things for you as well. They're the authorized distributor for Chefware. Chefware, the most respected global culinary brand. John carries chef jackets, chef pants, aprons, and hats, all designed to keep culinary professionals cool and comfortable. John's is also now carrying chef knife sets by Mercer Culinary Tools that make for a better chef. All of this available for you at John's Care, where Rosetta Street and Carmichael Road. Both locations available for you 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Don't forget, Kalik is happy to be 50, proud to be 50, has to be one of 5 $1,000 cash prize winners. Every week, starting June 30th, you can enter to win $1,000 at participating liquor stores and bars. Just purchase a 3-pack of Kalik. Write your name, number, and email address on the back of your receipt, of course, and enter to win. And keep on listening out. You could be one of those lucky 5 winners. And don't forget, KFC reminds you, connect with your loved ones this summer with a bucket of delicious KFC fried chicken. Sharing is caring, Bahamas, so this summer, let's bucket together. KFC signature buckets make the perfect addition to any party or beach picnic. Complete with delicious fried chicken and sides you love. KFC buckets have got you covered this summer. Nobody does chicken like KFC. Let's bucket together. I might do a bucket tonight. That's what I'm talking about. And finally, Dunkin' Donuts, man, let me remind you, available this summer exclusively at Dunkin'. It's the new strawberry cheesecake iced latte. Make the delicious chilled beverage your go-to drink this summer. Enjoy the flavors of signature Dunkin' espresso, sweet strawberry, velvety whipped cream, and cookie crumbles. This delicious chilled beverage is guaranteed to keep you cool and get you going this hot, busy summer. Make it strawberry summer this year, all right? With strawberry cheesecake iced lattes available exclusively at Dunkin', because you know the Bahamas runs on Dunkin', and it's waiting for you at your favorite Dunkin' location. Downtown Bay Street, Paradise Island, Palmdale, Burnett Road with the drive-thru, East Street South with the drive-thru, Carmichael, the newest location, and at the airport. Pre-clearance and post-clearance and arrivals. So no reason for you not to be running on Dunkin'. No. My God, not retirement, not giving birth. Not fighting an attacker, giving birth. All right, listen, you could have just said having sex, Texter. You didn't have to get so explicit. My God, where's your mind at on a Wednesday? All right, caller, you could hit me back. I mean, I got to take care of my sponsors. If you can't wait, then you can call me back. It's all good. It's not a problem. All right, if you're gone, call me back mañana. It's all good. None of your answers are right. None of your answers are right. None of your answers are correct. But nonetheless, we shall proceed to continue. There goes my caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
My brother.
Yes, sir.
How's everything, man?
I'm good.
Awesome. Naughty.
Yep.
Number one thing on the radar right now, you know this matter is not going away no time soon.
Which matter is that?
This Keith Bell debacle, man.
Oh, my God.
This ain't going nowhere, going away no time soon. You know, this is why the people keep asking for the Freedom of Information Act, keep on asking for the Whistleblower Act to be enacted, and, you know...
The Return of the Procurement Act.
Okay, and now what it does is it even creates now more suspicion for the Bahamian people to believe that, well, if these instances have taken place and they tried to shield and keep it away from the Bahamian people, and they took insiders now to expose some of the shenanigans that's going on in particular in this particular department, which happens to be one that hinges also when it comes down to national security, then it leads to perhaps some of the other nonsenses that goes on in other governmental departments that they try to keep away from the Bahamian people. A precedent has been set, whether you want to believe it or not. I listened to Shivago Lang's show a couple seconds ago, and he was absolutely correct. Now that if you have persons who are in your employ, who are of the foreign status, and their documents aren't straight, how are you now going to approach them to try penalize them when you have a whole 65 of alleged Chinese here?
Correct.
Who did, it's just a whole bunch of nonsense going on, and they're going to try shut you up and try to debunk what you have to say, but hey, the damage has already been done.
I mean, there's no defending the indefensible on this. I mean, look at it, Jeff. The prime minister is backed up. He says, I'm going to talk about it. And then he goes, I will let you know when I'm going to talk about it. So that means he got to get his story straight because he's known for misspeaking already. So he ain't touching it until he knows.
Well, that's
the more
what I'm saying
the
now.
more Mr. Bell speaks, the deeper and deeper and deeper he digs himself into this hole.
And this is why I said that the Minister of Foreign Affairs is advising him not to say anything else.
Yeah, but hold on. Where does the foreign Minister of Foreign Affairs get off at? Who's calling the shots in that party? Is it the PM or is it the Minister of Foreign Affairs?
Well, it's quite apparent, the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Seems like he's the puppet master pulling all the strings, eh?
Well, listen, there's a lot of suspicion going on. We suspect there's a whole lot of stuff. And guess what? The worms are now coming out of the wood. And we just got to keep on watching what's
and the
going
chickens
on.
coming home to roost to eat them worms.
Well, they've been here a long time ago. It's just now that they're feasting. So let's see how this thing goes. And we'll just continue to watch.
Watch and see and wait for an explanation because now, nothing from Bell today, just this statement, this press release, which was absolute hogwash in my opinion.
And then to the questions that the former leader of the opposition posed, and only one question was answered, whether he was in Miami or Switzerland, that's not going to wash. So let me tell you something. In closing,
but he answered none. I skirted around everything of the current leader of the opposition as well too.
Well, Naughty, all I could do is say damage control, damage control, damage control. And no matter what they say, I'm going to tell you, the suspicion, the Bahamians, as it pertains
the AG
is already up there, and it's not going to change one iota.
The AG hasn't.
Even more suspicion.
But check this out, Jeff. The AG hasn't spoken in months, seriously, with a credible, serious statement pertaining to anything. Just skirting around the issues. Now the chairman of affairs jumps up and says, "No, you're all shut your mouth. Don't say anything." Mum's the word now. The prime minister is dodging and weaving.
Well,
Bell is saying nothing now, but he said so much that needs to be answered. And then you get this. I mean, really?
The only thing that is required from Minister Keith Bell
is a resignation.
Big boys pants, and come out and tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the absolute truth.
Is he capable of that at this stage? I don't think we.
Well, at this stage, it simply means, Naughty, that everything is now under the microscope. In fact, nothing that hardly any minister in this administration says to this particular matter is not going to be scrutinized. It's going to be highly scrutinized because, lastly, I heard someone say today that the truth does not exist in them. And so, they cannot blame the Bahamian people for thinking what they're thinking because they're adding fuel to the fire. They must be truthful, they must be transparent, and they must be accountable for everything that they promised on the campaign trail that they were going to do. But we'll continue to listen, Naughty. Thanks.
Pleasure. Let me check the phone lines let me check the text lines right now. Because you're jumping right to it. Naughty, so what's the purpose of the, Naughty, I'm with Papa. Bring the Simonettes back. Nothing works in this nation, and they're intentionally leaving the systems broken to utilize loopholes. PLP's famous for immigration woes. Let's not forget what Mr. Roker had to go through with infidel Bahamians. So what's the purpose of the Constitution? Saying you can't hold dual citizenship if immigration can swear in a person without them renouncing their current citizenship? Like I said, the loopholes. These laws only for Bahamians, Banana Republic. Piracy is still rampant in this country, Naughty. You all hard up, eh? I like this one right here. This one, I know, but y'all just get creative, boy. When y'all run hard, y'all run hard. Naughty, I thought you knew Fred is actually the PM. In his instance, PM stands for Phillips Master. Ouch. Ouch. I thought maybe Puppet Master, but y'all took it to a next level right there. Ouch. Ouch. Naughty, everyone's missing the point on the Keith Bell situation. The bottom line is money talks. Yeah. Oh, wow. I haven't even gotten to even mention any of the headlines. But so ironic, one of the Texas mentioned Mr. Rocha. Big headline in The Guardian today, this country lacks leadership. Rocha worried Bahamians are increasingly marginalized. I'm with Mr. Rocha. That's one thing I like about him. He's cheap at full 100. Mr. Producer, we need to try to get him on the show, We need to chop it up with him for 2 hours. I want to hear some old ways on today and where we at. And this incarnation of the PLP. Boy, I tell you, they hot today. And none of y'all answers are correct. None of y'all answers are correct. Naughty, is it falling, running, passing, urine, or eating? Naughty, please don't let... None of those are correct. Naughty, please don't let Anton dominate this show. Don't dominate this show. We let Anton call in. I mean, come on now. Y'all a little extreme. He has permanent blinders on. Remember the PM said a couple of weeks ago he supports Bell and the PM of Abaco. This is true. And remember, in the last Christie administration, when the current PM was deputy prime minister, he said he saw no wrongdoing and no corruption in that administration. The videotape, the clip is still running around. Naughty, why did Mitchell call the immigration ungrateful? Is that ingrateful or ungrateful? Your text didn't come through, Texter. So I need you to finish it so I know exactly what you're saying. Boy, I tell you, y'all are hot today. What else y'all got? Naughty, sounds like Fred Mitchell is the prime minister then. Wow. I can't believe Davis it seems like is taking instructions from Mitchell. Absolutely nothing is going to come out of this BS situation, Naughty. Naughty, the BS cover-up has begun. There is no truth in the PLP. Mitchell called them immigration. Is that the immigration officer ingrates? Or is that the immigrants immigrates? Naughty, you can't be serious. We don't know what the average Bahamian woman wants on a daily basis. Now you know what. Now you want us to know what they dream. Listen, I was only reading the trivia question, brother. If you don't know the answer, don't get so upset. Naughty, this is nothing new. The PLP always do this to the people. They think all of us are stupid. All right. Naughty, I don't think Mitchell is a real Bahamian, so I expect him to belittle a Bahamian woman like that. Such scornful female tendencies he has. Wow. I tell you. Let me just graze over some more of these headliners, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Don't forget a huge sidewalk sale, 28th and 29th at the Mackey Street location only, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., up to 50% off. Chinese companies must follow local laws, embassy says. Thank you. Why didn't they do it in a prior case? Why didn't you get them that info before the last incident? Growing fury over rising BPL bills. Amen to that. It's being heard far and wide. UK billionaire Joe Lewis, owner of Tottenham soccer team, charged with insider trading in the U.S. Isn't he a big part of Albany as well, if I'm not mistaken? I stand to be corrected if I'm not. Finance Ministry not satisfied with costs for new prison. What about Joe Public, who got to pay for it? But at least the Finance Ministry is saying, real income again. This is too crazy. We need, He said the new facility should have cost $35 million to $40 million. This year, Minister of National Security Wayne Monroe revealed that the cost had increased to $90 million. So yeah, they need to cut that back down to the $35-45 million so you make that happen. They need $90 million. Where that going? You need to see contracts on that. Naughty, I'm super excited to see who gets citizenship next. I want to see where they're going to get it next. If it's in the dairy aisle or Super Value on a Sunday. While they grabbing milk and butter. Yeah, let me see. Let me see. That's what I want to know. I would too. Let's slide into the Buzz by John Shoes. And don't forget, John's got those Chef Works line of products for all you chefs. All right? As well as Chef Knives by Mercer. Definitely want to check them out, both locations. John's Careware and John Shoes. Flagship store and over there on Rosetta, and the Carmichael location in John's Plaza. Both locations open for you 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. All right? Be sure to check them out. Naughty, you could be my light bill. You over 500 or under 500? I got you. If you at 500, I got you beat, brother. I hate to brag, but I got you beat. One property got you beat. Another one is solarized. Yeah. I mean, I didn't use Graham, but I still solarized it. Yeah. When are we going to hear from Bell, Naughty? Do these so-called people know who we are the bosses? No, they forget that. They don't even remember that every 4.5 years when they got to try beg for vote again. Naughty, that rug is high as a mountain under this Duvernay government. You could drive a Mack truck under it. Well, I know allegedly the Minister of Transportation drove a car under it or nearby it, or was that anyway, something, yeah. But bump. Y'all really, listen. See winning numbers in a dream, that's a good answer, but that's not it. Dreams of getting married and being a bride, no, that's not it. Y'all off today. All off. I don't think I can get a winner today. I think I can stomp you all again today. All right. What else is going on? Let's slide into the buzz, like I said. And what y'all buzzing on? Let me know what you guys are buzzing on. I know some people still aggravated about the handicap parking situation, and feel free. Remember, when you see these ingrates, those are ingrates now, and that are parking in handicap parking and are not handicapped, then you need to holler at your boy. Yeah. Get it into me, you get it in, and I get it on. There's no place for that. All right? Still need to know what's going on with the amount of potholes throughout the country, throughout the nation, throughout the archipelago, but especially here in New Providence. A lot of talk from Ministry of Works, but so we got huge craters. Looks like a moon landing. Anyway, let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Naughty, what's going on, man?
What's going on, my brother?
You know, I remember on the Minister Contempt, Minnesota for the press and the Florida state. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And here it is, this administration, they doing the same thing. I mean, they just pushing off the press on the Florida state like no disrespect, man, no respect for them. You know, Keith Bell just...
And when they do say something, the BS is so horrible, it's crazy.
Fred Mitchell, he treating everybody with no respect. That's whatever. Listen, I used to chairman. We got the gun now, so we in charge. You know what I mean?
That's how it is.
These two was just ain't got no respect for nobody.
And
you know, and the administration as a whole, how quiet the administration is on the numerous of things that they cause.
I mean, the press release today was just like the ultimate like insult. That was like another Perry salute. You know, you may as well just give me the middle one on that.
The best thing he could do right now is just hand in his resignation, him on the seller from Abaco, hand in the resignation and just sit on the back bench and just wait till the election comes.
I don't think
every time he open you can see he say something stupider and stupider and stupider.
I don't think.
And then you still got people like in the party trying to support this foolishness.
Listen,
I don't call Chicago like saying you got to blame the technocrats for this. They're responsible for the day-to-day operation.
Well, I was waiting for his spin today, but he going to give it to Lang. I thought he was going to break it here on this show.
Yeah,
But anyhow,
the people
he
trying
broke
to
it
do
on
their
Lang.
job,
Everything cool.
and the minister interfering and telling the director what to do. So how do you expect the operator doing the day-to-day operation when he interfering?
The whole passing of the buck on that, from the minister to immigration officials to technically the DPM, who was PM at the time, is crazy.
Well,
And do you hear the lunacy what is being said? And when you backtrack and find out that it's absolute rubbish, there should be an instant retraction, an apology, and a resignation. Period. Done. Finished.
When we look at this administration as a whole, and we look at their take on immigration, but let's go back on the Christie administration with the Anna Nicole incident.
Well, I mentioned it yesterday. At least Gibson resigned in that.
Well, he resigned under pressure.
Yeah,
He
but
just walked out the door.
nonetheless, guess what? The same pressure he resigned under, now you need to apply some to Bell.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
this party is not famous for resignations or doing honorable things when it comes to those instances. They let it ride.
Look at Fitzgerald with the people in Marathon.
Being disingenuous there and didn't want to lose his MP privileges, so he was, he just stayed quiet. What about him begging the officials at Bahama for friends, families, homies, cronies, lovers, and friends?
Well, it's okay when one do it, and it's okay, and it's not okay when another one do it. But I really wish y'all would stop playing Fred Mitchell notes, his voice notes, and reading his thing up, because I don't ever no
listen to
respect
that.
for the Bahamian people. He has no respect for the media. What do you call the COI, Coalition of Idiots, or some foolishness? Come on, man.
But he hears the most insults. But when you hear some back at him, then he likes to play victim.
Anyway, I'll continue to listen.
Yeah, my brother. Be safe. Have a good one. Always good to hear from you. Good stuff as always. Let's get to the other caller. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? Talking Heads. All right. Little impatience. You got me back. There you go. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Yeah, blessed naughty. But
Hey.
but that wasn't me.
No,
Naughty.
what's good, man? 52.
I wonder why the media is entertained Mr. Fred Mitchell. I mean, really and truly, he's pathetic because, anyone who's countering him is always a problem. But he seems to be the most intelligent person on the planet, right?
He thinks he's the most intelligent person on the planet.
He's so self-absorbed until I'm wondering how he could exist as a whole man. That's how absorbed he is. I thought he would have self-absorbed himself. I mean, it's really sickening the way how he responds to people, and it's just. Come on, man. Mr. Mitchell, 70 years and he's not a child, and he doesn't have a race. He doesn't have a horse in the race. He doesn't care about this country. These guys can't be Bahamians. Okay, that one over. Now, the problem for me, Mr. Naughty, is the quick response of the supervised going squad, the PLP going squad. That is frightening for me because anyone who could gather up people like quick, it has to be mindlessness involved here. Like there's no I liken it to people. Like you sink in the ship and you can't swim. Like you can't swim, but you sink in the ship. That's me. And then a quick one here in the movies, right, Naughty? Naughty, you following me?
I with you. Which movie we talking about?
Trafficking, right? You ever see the victims with the passports? That is prostitution or forced labor. China is a communist country. Why can't we conceive that this is something got to be going on? What's going on? I just my process here, but then let's have an open mind, please. You know what I mean? And so. I'm sick because none of the revelations, I didn't even get no popcorn or no ice cream or no bubble gum. I don't eat them things. What I'm saying is, I'm not surprised by any revelations here. I was saying over and on the radio, the heart of the problem is at immigration. But thank God we have women like the lady Kenturo, I don't know what's her name, who wrote the letter to the permanent secretary or whatever. Thank God we still have people like that, right? And
agreed.
And you never hear from the learned pundits who think they are high above. The thing is, oh, God, it's really pathetic. There's like
the whole gag order and the mum's the word on it.
Because you being away to college and come back with some knowledge. Nobody else has sense, but only you. I mean, how pathetic can a human be? Come on, listen. The thing is, from the learneds, right? You never hear that the Nationality Act was passed without a referendum. You never hear that. And then the subsequent passing of citizenship flippantly, right? And then I'm astounded, confounded, and hounded by the silence of Mr. Maine Monroe.
Mum's the
He's
word
supposed to be
there.
the man in the know.
And he speaks on everything legal he can speak on.
But national security is a part of his portfolio prerogative,
Correct.
whatever word you want to play with. This is really, the plantation, naughty man, the people, they have disrespected people over and over. But give me some time to send hearts out to Sparky, right? You hear the voice note, right?
No, but I'm sure I will hear
You
it.
need to hear the innocent Sparky. I tell you before Sparky's one of the only realist who has come, man, you got to big up the Goblin. Because I got a new name for now, Mr. Bahamas. That's his middle name in between Sparky.
How long was
We
the
can't
voice
do without
note
Sparky,
from
man.
the
You want-
Goblin, from the bucket mouth? How long was it?
Well, I mean, I prefer to call him the Goblin because he gave me a laugh at that foolishness he had on his face the other day, but everybody know who he is. But what I'm saying is what Sparky said is true, and I'm hoping it's come true that the crowd will be so big until they have to stand down, because until then, there's really no impetus.
But we do
Sparky
need-
just give you a little idea of what's going on in the people right now. The crowd needs to be big enough. So I feel Jeff, but numerology. And so,
But listen,
you know, big, I mean, come on,
52,
man. There's no
let me put it to you like
The
this,
Negro
man.
race,
Let me put it to you like this.
the history
If
of
I,
democracy, people really don't understand how the world run, Democracy really is a farce, was used to implement the New World Order. They had to get all the world on one accord, and they found a way for countries in stealth without using bombs and guns and warfare. People are very lost. They haven't read the Iron Mountain Report. They've been begging people to delve into these models. You see the Cassius paradigm, they're giving out the $25 they super value. The world is headed where we don't want to be led. Don't worry with people. They're all
Listen,
being deceived.
let me ask you
we in
this.
slavery because we was never given the truth. Give thanks.
Let me ask you this, 52. Let me ask you this. Man, I got a question for you, 52. You need to call me back. Call me back over here. He gone or he still there? I tell you, where we need to organize another march. Minus political affiliation, political wannabes, political opportunists, just Bahamians for country. So people can really understand the gravity, how pissed off we really are as a nation. Let's get to the other calls. Boy, y'all hot today on the lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
What's happening?
What's happening?
Right here,
CNN,
man.
what's going on?
Pick up my alma mater, man. 52, true blend of hearts, one common goal. But, see, I ain't prepared to go down that worry road this next 50 years. I didn't finish with that the last 50. I tell an all sensible Bahamian, go to the bank, put your money in the bank. Let's start doing. Old people tell you the longest mile start with the first step. Let's take the first step in the second 50 years, and let's do something. Because them brothers wrapped up in corruption, FNM and the PLP, like it's no tomorrow. And it's clear what they do. Go down to the Bank of the Bahamas, put your 50 or your 20 or your 10 in the bank, and let's start reeling these brothers in court, man. Let's stop complaining. We can't go another 50 years with all this reeling. Let's do something,
You
baby.
trying to put lawyers on lawyers, boy? You trying to set it off it?
Huh? Naughty, we can barely hear you,
I say you trying to put lawyers on lawyers. You trying to set it off it?
Well, Naughty, we got to do something. Naughty, we can't go another 50 like this. Naughty, you think we can make it another 15 years?
Not like this, brother. Not like this.
Not like this.
Not with
And I'm
climate
saying-
change coming and coastal
I'm saying
erosion,
it-
and we could be underwater in 30 to 40 years. We ain't
Yeah,
talking
on the
that.
underwater, you guys have to learn to speak Mandarin, Creole, or Patois.
Oh, God. And you
That's
forget
what I learned how
Spanish
to
too,
speak.
you know, and Español también, you know. Don't forget
You
that.
want to understand me?
That's what I'm talking about.
But no, man, we got to do something. Come on, Bahamians, man. Let's stop complaining.
We gotta
And let's
tell you,
walk
man, we
the
gotta
walk.
march the march, man. Just
We got to walk
minus
the walk
political
this time, man.
affiliation. Just
And-
Bahamians for country.
And not you always say it, we got to stop being calm.
Now we gotta, like Dusty Rhodes, you say, now then, in public, if you will, you gotta walk the walk and talk the talk, Rick Flair. Well, now we
Let's-
gotta walk the walk and talk the talk.
Let's take the computer from these parties and let's start beating them.
And let's start beating them back. I agree. The conk
We
need
got
to
the
know to
power.
beat it now.
How Brave Davis and Tingham. See, and Grammy say when you tell one lie, you better line up 100 lies to keep telling.
Oh, boy.
You ain't gonna never get out. How should they say today? But how do Bell explain saying Chester Cooper call him and give him the directions, and the very next morning Chester Cooper say he ain't know nothing but that. Now if Chester Cooper is supposed to be collective responsibility in cabinet, and according to them, the people that might wait permits in cabinet supposed to know about it. How come Chance Cooper say he ain't know nothing about that?
All right. And he ain't going to make a statement like that if he can't back it up. So somebody misspeaking somewhere. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get to the other calls, man. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, this Silver Dog.
All right. What's happening?
Listen, I'm really laughing between 52 and the gentleman just now. But if one thing I like to Sparky, when you do something wrong, whether he is in your party or not, he's got to say so.
There you go.
Unlike some other people who like to call and clarify everything, they don't ever try to say that you're wrong for what you did.
Yeah, sometimes it's too much defending the indefensible. People get a little, tired of that.
And that is something that will keep us right where we are for the next 50 years to come. Okay? So when you're ready to start this march, just send your shout out.
Well,
count me in.
There you go. And see, what I want to do is we got to make sure rally groups, man. I mean, get the different professions, the different groups, the different blocks together to come together so people know that there's strength in numbers. We're unified voting for us. And if you want us to elect you as the next government, you got to come correct or don't come at all.
One of the things I've come to realize that, especially the PLP party, because I've noticed it over the years, they know that some Bahamians have short-term memory. So this is going to get cleaned up or try to get cleaned up, just hoping that you will forget this. But we need to do to them what Clint Watson did to the FNM and keep the torch under their feet and don't let them slip at all. And the COI needs to come together with whoever else, the rest of us, the FNM, the COI, the DNA, all of us need to put all them party colors on, put on some pink shirts, and go on Bay Street and hoot and holler.
I just want to make sure, if I'm involved with it, I don't have a problem getting involved with it or spearheading it or coordinating it or liaison with people to coordinate it, but we got to come correct as Bahamians for country. I don't want to see no political party or none of that mumbo jumbo. We saw the foolishness and the sellouts who got promoted the last go round. And I got an old saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I slap myself, so it ain't gonna happen.
No, so we need to do this, and we need to do this now. Because we cannot, by the name of Jesus Christ, we can't let them get away with it.
No, and you got to set the precedent for future administrations, too, that we ain't going to tolerate foolishness moving forward, neither.
Exactly. Oh, Naughty, one more thing. The answer to your question, is it falling?
No.
What?
You're all way off today with these dreams, but I'm telling you, you're all way off. And when I tell you all the answer, you all can get mad, I promise you.
Wow.
All right?
All right, thank you.
But I got to get to the break, man. I appreciate you calling. Listen, callers, we're going to take the break, and I'll get to you at the end of the break if I can, and we'll jump right back in and try to get you in as quick as we can right before the news. But good stuff all first hour long, man. Y'all been chopping it up, texting it up, and good stuff. So let's get to the break. Flip side of the break, we'll try to squeeze you two callers in, and we'll wrap up with some text as the Wednesday, July 26th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this. Naughty Johnny's restaurant can only be described as the experience you want to recreate again and again and again. Their motto is simple food done well. You're welcome into their home at Naughty Johnny's, where you can dine on crack conch fritters, and other Bahamian favorites. There's also an international flair that's guaranteed to offer something for everyone. Enjoy a good meal and listen to a live band on their patio Friday and Saturday nights, or brunch on Saturday and Sunday, only at Naughty Johnny's restaurant in the Old Town Plaza, Old Fort. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. Naughty Johnny's. Well worth the trip.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Collect, the Bear of the Bahamas has given you 5,000 more reasons to be proud to be 50. Just purchase a 3-pack of Collect at participating liquor stores and bars for your chance to be one of our 5 lucky $1,000 winners. Winners will be announced every Friday starting June 9th. Collect's 5K giveaway to celebrate 50 years of independence is officially on. Just purchase 3 Collect for your chance to be one of 5 $1,000 winners. Follow Collect on social media for more details. Drink responsibly, but
juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan. From the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
We go everywhere. Shop early at Janae's Chesapeake Road annual back-to-school sale going on now. Get up to 20% off on all school items in stock. Yes, all school items in stock. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts, and a variety of colors and school monograms. Shop early and don't miss out at Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road's annual back-to-school sale going on now. Remember, we go everywhere. Beat the rush and save, save, save at Janae's annual sale now.
When faced with an illness like cancer, we band together, and we at Cleveland Clinic in Florida have your back. From advanced cancer treatments to extra safety measures at all of our locations, we're with you on this journey for every infusion and follow-up, for every step of the way, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic in Florida. Get the care you need when and where you need it. To learn more or connect with a local representative, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online at johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte your go-to beverage this summer. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Parents, it's that sweet time of year again.
What are you talking about me, Christmas yet?
The kids are going back to school, so pick up your copy of the Nassau Guardian's Back to School Supplement, cause
it's the most wonderful time of the year.
your students in the latest styles at the lowest prices because summer break is almost over and our back to school supplement is filled with brand name back to school supplies at discounted prices, store locations, hours, and contact details.
It's the happiest season of all.
Advertisers, call the Nassau Guardian today at 302-2300 or call your account executive to get in on the 2-for-1 insertion deal. If it's uniforms, shoes, books, backpacks, calculators, or whatever is on your back-to-school supply list, your ad should be in the Nassau Guardian's back-to-school supplement.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Girl, you see how Cora eye look funny, all black up yesterday?
But she say she bump into a wall when she's running after the churn them.
Yeah, but last Saturday you see her arm was all black and blue, right?
So what you saying? You think something wrong between her and Jack?
I ain't sure, but you know Jack is a jealous man. I hear him and Cora last Friday. I hear him say he hear Cora have eyes for Junior.
Now you know that ain't true. Cora is a good woman, does mind her business, take care of them churn, and go to church every Sunday. So what you think we should do?
I think we should report Jack, you know. Cora don't say nothing, but silence hides violence, and we don't want to line up in the cemetery.
Not me. I ain't getting in nobody business. Then Jack come after me and I land up next to Cora.
No, man, we could call a text Crime Stopper. And remember, we can even get some grocery money for our tip.
Remind me again, how does this work?
We can call them in Miami at 328-TIPS or 328-8477. Or when we in the island, call toll free at 300-TIPS or 300-8477. And if you don't have no minutes, use the Crack Crime Bahamas app and we could text them and the messages get on mix up before it leave your phone so nobody can know what you saying.
So what we waiting on then? Let's go earn some grocery money.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Refined style with elegant taste. The fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone got us bag a thing now. Begs through me, I do it like Nike. But me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me, me just a go and do me thing now. Me just a do it like Nike. 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 Them want poison me, throw me thing up. Plus me and them girlfriend a link up. Dog, where you did that when they think tough. No food, clean water fi drink up. Now me and the dog, them a link up. Big truck, 20-inch rim, just a spin up. The pioneer just a kicks up. And a hip-hop or calypso. You can't see the star through the tint up. Plus me and the Cuban a link up. Rose gold for the Cuban.
We're back at you on the Wednesday, July 26th edition of Talking Heads. And of course, you know, I see the phone line still buzzing, so we're going to bleed it over a little bit into the 5 o'clock hour. Still got a lot of sports to talk about. But we'll do that on the flip side of the break. Let's go back to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
A pleasant good afternoon, Bucket Mount.
Hey, Goblin, turn your radio down in the back. Me and you got to talk, man.
The Goblin is down. The radio is down. The TV is off. I put the TV off.
Okay, cool. So what's going on there, Goblin? I hear your voice. You know, you fired up?
You know, sometimes you get fired up. You know, you get tired. You know, I mean, you really, you know, first thing I wanted to say something. You know, I listen to people. I'm retired now, and I have very little to do, especially when electricity problem and raining problem. Well, rain no problem. Rain comes from God.
Correct.
I do farming. That means I don't have to use my water because God waters the plants.
Yeah, but the street needs better drainage and you know,
potholes
and all of that.
I took some pictures this morning. There's some potholes coming, not in Pride Estate. Our roads in Pride Estate are beautiful. Pride Estate's one of the prettiest government subdivisions. Plus, we got Lake Sparky right in the middle of it.
Uh-huh.
So that just puts excitement into this one. Now, all the rest are beautiful, and the Bahamians try their best to keep up the little government low-cost housing, what they call low-cost housing, but take you 30 to 40 years to pay for as low cost. But anyway, there's some roads coming off of the Neek Darling Highway into Blue Hill Heights that they have some lakes and some beaches, plus potholes. So you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I took some pictures of them to send to Potholes Anonymous, whoever it is. What's the Alfred says website?
Yeah.
And anyway, a bunch of people was calling me, but you're all talking about the goblin and some voice note was going on. I was trying to figure out which voice note that was.
That's what I said. That's what I said when I said which one. I said I got to go scroll back. How long was it? Tell me the length of it, because I got all the Sparky's voice notes.
They don't know you just get everything I sent out.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. But they don't know I got a group called the Masters Best that has all 3 prime ministers on it. Basically, most of the MPs. They don't say nothing much in the group, but I know they there, and I can see when they read and everything, you know, little hour, white and blue and thing. You can tell when people reading, but they ain't saying nothing. And then once or twice, you know,
right.
Our boy Perry Christie will come in and make a comment. Fred Mitchell comes in. He's the voice for everyone, and he has a little thing he got to say. He says that in Masters Best, and you got the other guys and stuff in there, and a lot of people. But like I was saying, there's a group getting organized, not a political group. It's a group of elderly statesmen, men and women, that are sick and tired of the way the country is being run.
But Sparky, I want to ask you something, because I got, you got your crew, I got my crew. There's a whole younger generation that want to come together. I think everybody got the same idea. Now we need to unify it. We need to pull it together.
See, that's what's going on now. And I will inform you when this group, I will give you the name, maybe introduce you to the group as well.
Right.
So they're discussing things now where ex-MPs, ex-political affiliates are just sick and tired of seeing the water come down the hill.
But, right. And it has to be non-political, non-partisan. It has to be Bahamians for country.
Right. You see, this is not about the DNA. It just happened.
You're talking too much, Sparky.
No. But just give me a moment there to try and get it out. See, sometimes a talk show to touch somebody, got 30 seconds to say something. What do you know? It takes maybe 3-4 minutes to do. Certain people, they would allow to talk all day.
Correct.
And certain people, they rush them off. And some of us have a little problem. Take time to deliver what we have to say. Because some of us are not always the same educated like others. Like I would like to say, like to 52. I listen to 52. He's well read, very intelligent, especially when it comes to chemistry. But I think 52, he likes to refer to people as being arrogant and dumb and uneducated. I think that is really insensitive. But to understand that not everybody has the same brainwave mentality. Some of us are a little slower than others. Not everybody has an A average. Some people got D, E, F. Some people they got an average that says U. I don't know what that is. U, that's way down there. But they still are human beings, and they have a right to speak. You know? You understand where I'm coming from, Noddy?
I listen.
You have the right to listen to all. Jesus said, listen to all of them, man. Not only the king. And the point is, what this group is talking about, they are tired of our Bahamian politicians. The same guys that grew up through the corner, McCulloch Hall, East Street, the Valley and stuff, with us barefoot and had 1 or 2 shoes to go to school back then. They went off, became lawyers and doctors, and came back and promised us that they go down to Bay Street for the betterment of the country and the betterment for their constituents. And as soon as they get down there, and the man give them a little position, and a little post call him minister, and he get an outrider, and he get a detective in there with a gun underneath his jacket, and a chauffeur, and a car would belong to us. He forget his constituents. I'm not saying that some of those, like my MP for McGarden Hills, Mario Bole, to me, on paper, and on TV, look like he's doing a magnificent job. But as far as representing us or coming and seeing what we might need in the constituency, he only favors the area gardeners where he grew up. His friends that he grew up in. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm observationing.
Well, no, we can't let you do that. I know that MP, and I know of good works he's doing, but I can't call him, and let me follow up on that, Sparky, before
But
you
not
throw
only
him under the
that,
bus.
see, when I ask, I'm just talking about me. This is some of the things that people are saying.
Correct.
When I ask you to come and talk with me, and if I'm maintaining the park and Pride Estate, and I say, listen, bro, I don't ask you for no money. I ask you for no nothing. Okay, I want to maintain the park and Pride Estate where I live. What I would like you to do, for example, Naughty, give me a moment. I would like you to bring me one tobacco down there, and every 10 feet, I would like you to dig me a little 4-foot hole with tobacco. Because I'm 72 and I can't throw pickaxe and shovel. He say, okay. I say, in every hole, I will go up every month and spend $200 or so. It plants from Rocky Farm. And I'll plant all around the park fruit trees that in the future, when so people come to visit fruit, whatever in season, like a lily, a guava, a breadfruit, a mango, a sapodilla, a coconut, bananas, you'll be able to pick fruit instead of ficus bush and palm bush, what don't bear no fruits.
Gotcha.
And we could do that around all the parks in Nassau or New Providence. We could plant trees and stuff around all the highways going to the airport. So on Sunday when you and your children going out, you could stop on the side of the road and pick grapes from dilly, mango, gooseberries, everything that we used to eat when we was growing up, which are healthy foods, which we can't afford to buy in the supermarket. We can feed ourselves if we only take time to do it.
Now, Sparky, you know what? If you go down with your group and you go down that list and you list off all them things we talked about, you got a lot of boxes you could check off on that list that we need to talk about.
Yeah, 1 minute before I go.
Sparky, come on, man. We got other callers, man. You got to make it quick now.
Okay, this is the last minute I go. My MP promised me, yes, Sparky, that's a good idea. I come in. But I only saw him once since he went in the house. Once. He don't return no calls. He don't answer no texts. He don't answer no voice notes. Hello?
Yeah, Jerry Roker and you, man.
But that's what they all do now. And that's what that's what 50 dollars everybody talking
get your
about.
group together,
Once they
Sparky.
get in there, all the promises go.
Get your crew together, all right? You're seeing your crew, you're seeing your massive. Get them together, and let's make it happen. But we
The
got to...
Bahamian need a march, not a union march. We need to march on Bay Street because if you notice in history in the Bahamas, the only changes ever happened in this country was marches on Bay Street. From Black Tuesday, from the taxi union,
well, guess what?
Labor do it.
Sound like you need to do another one, Sparky. And sound like you need to be a part of it. So we need a massive march. But Bahamians for country, non-political. Let's get to the other callers. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? Talking Heads. All right, you can call me back, man. We got a lot of callers today, so if you're coming through and you can't get on right away when you want to, call back. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
You know, we every 5 years we go through this, you know. It's like we have a collective form of schizophrenia in this country.
Or Stockholm Syndrome.
We don't seem... Well, I'm more for schizophrenia. But yeah, we have Stockholm Syndrome.
We love our abusers too, though. You can't lie. I guess that's part of our schizophrenia.
Yes, Scott. But why I say schizophrenia is we dance from one party to the other, and we don't give other people with other ideas a chance because the other parties, they are smaller, so they get swamped with the money. But 2 weeks notice, 2 weeks after every election, Bahamians are dissatisfied again with the incoming government. 2 weeks after the new government comes in. So when are we going to learn? You know, I mean, these guys are only in it for what's in it for them. I'm talking about the politicians, the political organizations. That's why people go to be lawyers and all of that, because that's why the vast majority of people are not picking on the lawyer profession. But the fact is that as soon as these guys get out of law school, they get in political organizations. So at some point, the Bahamian electorate, the concerned citizen, have to see what is happening to us. Every 5 years, we lose a little bit of what it is to be Bahamian. You understand what I'm saying, sir?
I'm with you.
Now, you know...
but we need to be behaving every 5 years, not every 4.5 going into 50. We need to remember every
we need to
as
be
soon as
behaving
every
we
day.
need to be behaving every day, not every 5 years.
No, that's what I was
Every
saying.
day.
When I say that every day of the 5 year period, it can be, we realize, we behaving 4.5 years into an administration because here come election again. That's what I'm saying. We need to be behaving every day.
And we have too many disingenuous, to me, charlatans. I call them charlatans that go into politics because they go in it for what's in it for them. And I've met enough of them. I am 62 years old. I've met enough of them to understand the process. Okay? And at some point, we're going to have to come to the realization, or we're going to wake up in a country like Singapore, with the exception that Singapore has a tight control over their immigration system. You come in there, not being there, you come in there on a work permit.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there as a tourist. You come in there on a work permit, and you are closely monitored. Those work permits, as soon as they expire, Jack, you are out of there if your employer doesn't need you again. We allowed this Haitian thing to build on us. And now the Chinese thing, because, look at what is happening in the United States. The Chinese are slipping across the U.S. border in droves. They're up, according to Fox News, they're up 1,370%, the amount of Haitian Chinese that are entering the United States. And the thing is, the Chinese are even more dangerous than the Haitians because with us, genetically, that our concern is genetic with Haitians, but with the Chinese, we got to worry about our economy because they will come here and they will take over this country. And this newest incident with this sham that happened and the granting of an administrative process at a grave site. What kind of foolishness is this?
I tell you, we live in Bikini Bottom. It's not a real place. And the fact that certain entities want to defend such protocols are crazy.
Yeah, well, they defend it because they think something is in it for them. You know, remember what the Commission of Inquiry said, we are a country for sale. Okay? Anybody flash a couple of dollars in front of us, we're ready to sell our mother, man.
And it seems like the only thing changed about that is the price. It's gone up. That's about it.
Yes. And I want to talk to the younger voters, man. Listen, you young people, don't get caught up in all of the mass hysteria around election time. Bahamian people in general, do not get caught up in the mass hysteria because that's what it's designed to do. To make you
focus on the day-to-day, what's going on.
Yes, they're designed to make you forget about the problems that you've had 4.5 years ago. So you have to decide that I want the Bahamas for me, for my future, for my children's future.
Get your block together because we got to put this march together and we got to do it Bahamians for country, and that's what it got to be. So I need listeners like you and Bahamians like you who are still in the race to help us do the right thing because we got to get to where we need to be.
Naughty, I'm very concerned for this country, man. Honestly, I'm very concerned for us.
Yeah.
Our survivability, the prospects for our continued existence in this country, in this world as a Bahamian entity. Because right now we're just a hodgepodge of different nationalities stitched together in an economy that is not working for the regular Bahamian citizen.
And we can't be marginalized. We can't be displaced. It got to be Bahamians first.
But it's happening, sir.
So we got to come together, and we need all hands on deck to let them know that hey, it can happen. We can't take this no more. We won't stand for it.
Thank you very much for your time.
All right, don't be a stranger, all right? It's Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Naughty Papa, you're very cool.
Hey, what's going on, Papa?
Everything cool. I say the word we used yesterday was flippant. F-I-P-P-L-E-N-T.
Yeah, flippant. F-L-I.
That's what I call
P-P-A-N-T, flippant.
Yeah, that's what I call this whole situation today. Bell not saying nothing in Parliament to report from immigration, him as the Minister of Immigration, and what Brave Davis had to say from the office of the Prime Minister. I think, like Shawago Lang say, it was good, but it wasn't. He didn't say this part. This Papa saying it wasn't good enough.
No, I mean, I appreciate you say you're going to address it, and then tell me you're going to address it at a later date. You need to tell me when. You should be able to address it now.
But Naughty, before we even hear the other rest of foolishness later with the most respect, that was garbage, what they saying. They sound like they're going to threaten the officials at the immigration, saying that they breaking the law the people speaking out. What about the whistleblowing thing what we had? I don't know if it implemented with the Freedom of Information Act and all of that stuff.
Well, your homeboy...
Fred Mitchell's supposed to be a former, once a journalist, always a journalist. How come he coming on like this? Sound like they threatening the people them to tell them say something could happen. That ain't expected out of Brave Davis.
Well,
and they making it sound like this just a F&M, the opposition making noise on something. No, this the people speaking out. This the officials at immigration saying Keith Bell interfering with them doing their job. The Deputy Prime Minister say it ain't no truth. What about that? And then they say into the end of their statement, immigration in Parliament, the statement saying something about all the other rest of things were on the list. Like, it ain't nothing big to make no noise about. They so disrespectful, man. It should be more than just voting them out and waiting for 5 years. It should have been some kind of law. We could have yanked them out and let them know. You can't deal with the media like that.
Listen, I'll tell you something, Pope. I remember back in the day when they had the situation with Hirachi and his bank. Remember that?
Yes.
And he made a claim. Well, I donated to the campaign.
Yeah.
For the PIP, and Mr. Christie said, and so, that was his quote. And so, and the PIP's always had this and so attitude. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, and so.
Fred Mitchell and Brave Davis and Jerome Fitzgerald, and they disrespectful to the media.
Now they're taking it to a new level of and so.
A national disgrace, Naughty.
And then, you know, my situation is, Mitchell, your homeboy Mitchell, you know.
Oh boy, never my homeboy, but I respect him being a hard worker and being maybe a good MP to the people in his constituency. But him, the way how he deals with people and
man, Papa, you gotta know when I teasing you, man. You gotta know when I joking, man. You gotta know when I got on my comedian hat, man.
I'm my boy, brother.
I know.
He might have voted for the same party and thing, and you know.
No, but he got to make up his mind as to what capacity he's serving. Is he the chairman of the party? Is he the minister of foreign affairs?
How old he is now, man?
Too old. He's a septuagenarian.
How old Fred is now?
70s.
How old Minister Mitchell is now?
70s.
It's like the older they get, they being disrespectful and careless with the people, and they talk about service. Fred Mitchell, and they're national disgrace, and look at him telling Keith Bell they don't answer to the people.
That makes me wonder who's running your party there, Papa. Who's running the PIP?
When I hear
Is it Mr. Davis, the PM, or is it Mr. Mitchell?
When I heard a statement from the Prime Minister's office, Naughty, and in spite of it not being good enough, I said, that sounds just like Fred Mitchell talking. Fred Mitchell must he's the Prime Minister of the Bahamas. Brave Davis ain't nothing but a puppet in this show right now. All the good things we know about him and doing, we ain't getting none of that right now. Fred Mitchell, like he running this country, and he's so disrespectful, calling people in the COI a bunch of idiots. He must say something about the director. How come people ain't saying nothing? But it's like he from they rent, they try to buy.
And so the part that galls me with him on that is he'll be the first to hurl insults and you know and shots. But then when people retaliate, he's the first one to play victim.
Like someone said earlier, I'd rather people call me an idiot than the name what they call Fred Mitchell on the street. Fred Mitchell, the name, I ain't gonna call it or say nothing. I ain't crazy like that. But the name they get for you is more than an idiot. So you keep calling people names and carrying on bad like that, like you is God or whatever. God in charge, you know. You are 70 and still doing foolishness, man.
Now, what I want you to do, right, is I got a lot of people texting me, a lot of people calling me, and this idea of marching, like unified Bahamians for country. It seemed like it's coming together. I want you to get me all my disabled, all my handicapped, all my disabled.
We need
rally them up.
Accommodation. I know it's just a little march or whatsoever, but you got to make sure they handle right. I can't just remember disabled people to go there.
I can make sure.
It's hard on other people. Guess what? We can do this.
If we do this, I can make sure I have tents for you all, and I can have your water and everything straight for you all. All right? I need you all there.
Transportation.
We work on all that. I got friends in the business, man.
We could do this. I know they care less what we say. It's 5 years. We got to wait till 5 years.
We got to show them. We ain't got to wait 5 years. We need to. Might do it on the 2-year anniversary. Yeah. How about September on the 2-year anniversary? How about that?
Sounds good to me. We need to let them know, man.
Because the more I sit here, the more text I get, the more calls I get. I think a lot of Bahamians are disgruntled, but on different planes, on different levels, on different platforms in the country.
Yeah,
and I think that all those voices need to be heard collectively.
Yes, we need
so
to
this administration and potential
together.
future administration can see that we are fed up at the same old. The next 50 got to be better than the first 50.
And you talk a statement come out from Brave Davis, them. Brave Davis, them ain't gonna do nothing.
Man, that's a nice way of saying, let me get my ish together, man. Let me see how this thing really goes so I can put, the WAP Tuesday statement together to drop on y'all. I need a minute. Because there's some serious stuff I dealing with.
disrespectful. That's a bunch of disrespect. All Brave Davis need to do is fire Keith Bell, man. Come on, y'all talking about. I know they be pretending like they care for another 5 years. They just done be straight. Them, they family, friends, and lovers, they done straight. They just getting more and doing more foolishness. It should be a serious penalty for these Negroes. And y'all need to think about it. We need to come together, PLP's effing everybody, and just put some other people inside this.
Bahamians.
With this FNM and PLP thing, because they're making a big joke of this.
Papa, you speaking, I mean, like I say, you speaking the same sentiments a lot of Bahamians are speaking, and you're speaking the sentiments that a lot don't want to say.
Movement, we could do this too, no. But we need some penalties, we need some recall system. We can't be waiting for 5 years, and these guys...
Those are the kind of issues
Fred
that...
Mitchell and Ken on saying the rest of the things on the list don't make no sense. I breaking it down. I know you say something else, but I paraphrasing what he had to say. You know, so disrespectful. The Deputy Prime Minister say it ain't no true that he.
But
ain't
that's
say
why
nothing.
we need to go as Bahamians and give them a full list, live and in living color, of what makes sense to us in life. That's what we need to do.
Need to stand up, man.
It got to be about us for the next 50. It can't be about them and what they into. It's got to be what the country is into and where we need to be. I mean, we've been seeing every version of this movie, just like Friday the 13th. Every 5 years, somebody in a yellow mask or a red mask will show up and kill us. That's how it could be.
Naughty.
Yeah.
How you feel about a person like Brent Simmons? Like how all our life they was like telling us the booger man was the white man. Brent Simmons saw it. He there in the Free National Movement. You think the Free National Movement could come together?
Let me say this. Let me say this. While I am light, bright, and almost white, and I have taken some of them stereotypes that I've hurled against Mr. Simonette over the years myself in different platforms, I think he's made a major contribution politically. He's taken a lot of chafing, all right? But he's also been caught up in some things as well, too. So if you're really saying that the older generation needs to play its course, then I think we need to put all of them out the pasture. Maybe we need a new version of Mr. Simonette, a younger version. You know, the same hue maybe, like you say.
Yeah,
that represents
Asian, white or someone like that.
Man.
Keep up the good work, Naughty.
Because you can't call one, old and all of them in the same set.
Well, I feel like Brent Simmons has proven himself business-wise. He get the bank.
Business-wise.
We can build some bridge from here to Andres. Brent Simmons, he ain't coming looking for nothing. I mean, if the PLP or the FNM, when he still is be straight, I think he might even, the companies might even donate to what's a possibility.
Well, we don't know all that. That's just hearsay. But at the end of the day, like I say, we need
to try something new, Naughty. We need to stop this thing with
and that comes with the younger generation.
Try something new.
And that's not just younger generation of voters. That's younger generation of politicians who could be there to serve for a period of time.
Old and young. Mix it together, Naughty. Old and
Correct.
young.
A good mixture. That would be solid, yes.
Brent Simmons and maybe Pintado or something, let him come back in the fold and maybe play a more major role and stuff. Let's show Brave Davis, them and the PLP, we ain't into that no more.
Boy, you're looking for options. Wait, the country must really be in a way where I know a diehard PLP supporter like you go on record and say, let's give Brent Simmons a try. My boy, I tell you, that speaks volumes, Papa.
It's sickening what Brave and Fred Mitchell them doing, and they care less what we saying. We supposed to be able to yank them out of office. I expected Brave Davis to be a man who respect the Bahamian people. He would have never go that far. But look like the higher they get in life, they really show they wearing off. Maybe that's how he ever was. And maybe he just used us, the people, to get to that level. Look at Brave. Look at Fred Mitchell. I mean, I expect Fred Mitchell and Jerome Fitzgerald. Then they the people who we get around him advising him. Did he listen to the Bahamian people? Fire Keith Bell. That's all you need to do. Fire Keith Bell. He's wrong. The Deputy Prime Minister say he don't know what he's talking about. The people up on the immigration, the director and stuff like Keith Bell is interfering with his business. Come on, man, have some shame. The world watching and seeing what we doing and listening.
Have some accountability and transparency, too, which you campaigned on.
Yeah, man.
All right, Papa, all this good stuff hearing from you, man. And we got I want you to get, though, we can talk. If this thing go down, I need you there, man.
I agree.
And I'll have everything you all need. All right, my brother?
All right.
Be safe. We'll talk soon. All right, let's get to the break, man. On the flip side of the break, we'll pick it back up. All right, we got any more calls? Let me get a couple of texts, a couple of calls. Let me make sure I get it all out of the way. Boy, look at text. I won't read this. Who can't fire Huey? Y'all ain't get me no problems today. No, sir. Almost read it, though. I ain't gonna lie. Almost read it. But no. Let's be honest. All right? I mean, a lot of people are chiming in and a lot of similar sentiments. And when you really see that, you got long-time PLPs disgruntled. Where are we at? And this administration is just operating with reckless abandon. All buck up, go. And I think Bahamians are willing to become more vocal and speak out more. And I think that they're ready to make more statements as well, too. So we got to really seriously see, who's serious about this march, Sparky. Because I think there's a lot of society that are willing to participate once it's done correctly. Because the voices of all Bahamians need to be heard from all sections. And I'm with Mr. Roker. We cannot become marginalized anymore. Enough is enough. All right, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break, we'll talk sports. And we got some issues to talk about over there from local baseball. And after that, we'll get into the picks for tonight. And we'll probably, have Rich Eisen and Colin Cowherd, one of those two, on the final 10 on the flip side of the break. So keep it right where you got it. The Wednesday, July 26th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan, dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan, from the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte your go-to beverage this summer. Dunkin'.
My business couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
On the Wednesday, July 26th edition of Talking Heads. And I got your answer for you. Women, 35% of the women in the trivia question, they said they dream about shoes, about shoe shopping, about buying shoes. Yes. Some of y'all said clothes. Yeah, you all said it was dream about clothes. None of y'all said shoes. So we're going to double it up tomorrow for you. Yes, indeed. All right. So we're talking sports now. And Pearlie's still a little bit under the weather, but he should be back in tomorrow. So I want to sit down and talk in depth with Pearlie about the incident that transpired at the Babe Ruth Classic. All right? And time is short today, so I don't want to get into it. I want to cover both sides. I've had a chance to talk to all parties involved. All right, so we want to give you a little different perspective on it tomorrow. Pearlie and I'll chop it up for you and get into it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right? But there's some other things we definitely need to look at. The Bahamas splits in Trinidad, that's from volleyball. All right? And good show in there nonetheless. And in addition to that, as far as rowing goes, big opportunity for Bahamian rowers. Arshay Cooper, who experienced humble beginnings in Chicago, Illinois, growing up as a youngster, and as a black American, said he's just trying to take his message to as many youngsters as possible and make a difference in their lives. And he's turned out to be, one of the premier rowers, all right, and a best-selling author, all right, and a protagonist of the film A Most Beautiful Thing, which promotes the sport of rowing. So it was good to see him up close and personal and, let Bahamian kids experience all what he's been through and see that, they got a tremendous opportunity. And it seems like there are a lot of youngsters interested in the sport of rowing. Got rowing programs. So if you put in the work, you could definitely attain it. You could definitely achieve it. So, I tell you, Oscar De La Hoya, man, just a random thought there, Mr. Producer. Have you seen Oscar De La Hoya lately? He's doing an interview. I want to know how tweaked out is he on this interview, or if he held it together. I need to see it. Oscar's got issues these days. But let's have a gander at some breaking international news coming out of the NFL. Josh Jacobs doesn't appear to be going back to the Raiders. I don't think he wants to continue that relationship. So apparently there are 5 teams that are inquiring about Jacobs from the Raiders. And those 5 teams are the Buffalo Bills. That makes sense. That would be a good move. Put him in the backfield with Cook and Damian Harris. A little sprinkle in some Latavius Murray, and they got a solid backfield that could carry them, especially when the weather gets cold. Jacksonville is another spot. But how do you pair those two together with Travis Etienne? Now, Travis Etienne, had a breakout season last year, but do you make him more of a pass-catching, scat-back kind of threat and let Jacobs be a grinder? I don't think Jacksonville is a good one. Now, the Miami Dolphins make sense. And Pearlie been on this for weeks. If he got an opportunity to get Josh Jacobs via trade, they would. They have a solid running back group. Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson Jr., Myles Gaskin, and Salvon Ahmed. But guess what? You put Josh Jacobs there, he's the lead back in that situation right there, bar none. And he's a stud in that offense. Another one is the New York Jets. Now, I don't know what the deal is with Breece Hall. Looks really good in his recovery, ready to unleash him on the practice field yet. So they may taper his return this season. So Jacobs may be a good fit there initially, but long term, Breece Hall is the stud. He does everything Jacobs does, and in some cases better once he comes back off that injury. Younger back does the same thing. Washington makes a lot of sense. And Ron Rivera will run the football with 2 or 3 backs. And that's what he can unleash on you in Washington. Protect a rookie quarterback or second-year quarterback. And Jacoby Brissett's in the mix too. So anytime you got quarterbacks like that of that caliber, you want to have a running game. So you never know. Josh Jacobs could end up in any one of those 5 spots. Be interesting to see how it all pans out. College football. Deion Sanders has got the Colorado Buffaloes in Big 12 talks. They could actually leave the Pac-12 and head toward the Big 12. So we'll see. Primetime has brought a lot of change to that Colorado program already. A lot of change. All right. Let's have a gander at who's playing ball tonight. Major League Baseball, who I like and who I don't like. And, of course, taking us home today, we got Colin Cowherd. The latest on Damian Lillard and where he can end up. All right? So let's see about that, because obviously NBA offseason wrapping up. and they're into it, but something like this could actually be a big move. And if he ends up in a Heat uniform, it could be even bigger. So let's see where all of that pans out. That'll be the final 10 going home today. But before we get to that, because I know we got commercials coming up, let me look at who I like tonight. Of course, bet it, set it, and forget it with the Island Game. Simply log on to theislandgame.com. Check out their sports book and all the ways to play, all the ways to win. But let's look at baseball tonight on the Major League docket. We got several games lined up for you today. Got the Blue Jays leading the Dodgers 5-0 in the bottom of the fifth. The Cardinals lead the Diamondbacks 4-3 in the top of the seventh. The Blue Jays lead the Dodgers 5-0 in the bottom of the fifth. I know Pearlie's upset about that. Pirates lead the Padres 2-1 at the end of the seventh. Later on tonight, you got the Phillies and the Orioles at 6:05. The Yankees and the Mets at 7:05. Red Sox and Braves at 7:10. White Sox and Cubs at 8. Rangers 8. And Giants and Athletics at 9:45. I like the Giants over the A's. I like the Cubs over the White Sox. I like the Yankees to get the Mets today. And I like the Phillies over the Orioles. All right? That's my 4 right there. Bet it, set it, and forget it with the Island Game. All right, let's get this call real quick. And then we got to get to the break. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
What are you doing, boy?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, man. You know something? And if you call, if you recall, like last month, right?
Uh-huh.
And the whole, our nation was almost on lockdown because of the vice president.
Correct.
Of the
vice president's visit.
Right? Now, I don't know if they hadn't, and if they had an idea of like who was in this country, right? But it only takes one incident in this country for us to have a problem. For us to have a problem with our neighbors next door.
Globally correct.
And then this nation gets locked down. Okay?
Or it's not locked down. You never want sanctions to be put on us.
No. But all the fellas need next door is a reason.
Good point, caller. Good point. And I hate to cut you short, but I got to get to the break. Make this conversation up tomorrow. All right, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break. Colin Cowherd will be taking us home today. All right, on the final 10, the total breakdown as to where Damian Lillard is going to end up, and it could be a Heat uniform. That's what it seems to be. So that's the latest coming up on the flip side of the break for the final 10. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte your go-to beverage this summer. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
A lot of folks are wondering, what is the Agrarian Awards? It's an award show to celebrate the people who produce the food that feeds the country. So September 16th, we're giving out trophies and money to young farmers, backyard farmers, sheep runners, goat herders, pea pickers, onion planters. Basically, everyone. But we couldn't fit all that on the invite, so we put Agrarian Awards instead. Go to adobahamas.org to find out how to nominate your favorite agrarian. The Agrarian Awards, September 16th.
That's right now. One of my favorite players when I was a young guy watching him dominate the league, Tracy McGrady, joining the show. T-Mac. Hopefully I can call you T-Mac. How you doing, man? You having a great offseason there?
Doing well, brother. You're still young, man. What are you talking about?
I'm not that young, man. My jump shot's fading. But at any rate, I got to jump into some NBA news here. I know you're a busy guy. I got to start this Jaylen Brown contract in Boston, Tracy. He's now the highest paid player. Conley was once the highest paid player in the league. But, I mean, we're talking about now $69 million in the last year of his contract. Everybody in Boston is still a little shocked. He ain't even the best player on the team. I don't know. Like, I'm not upset that he's getting paid, but just where we're going with these NBA salaries for guys who are not even top 10, top 15 players, it just feels a little weird, no?
I mean, that's the state of the NBA. Can't hate on it. That's just where we are. He's well-deserved of getting that contract based off of how he played over these last few years, how he played last year. He's well-deserved of that. So shout out to him, man, for getting 5 years for $304 million. But that's just the state of the NBA. It's top-heavy right now. So if you're one of those top-tier players for your team, that's what you're going to get paid.
Yeah, Jason Tatum is his teammate, the better player, obviously. Maybe he's in line for, $75 million a year coming up. Let's pivot quickly to Damian Lillard, who has made a trade request after spending his entire career in Portland. I guess my issue here is his agent is saying, hey, other teams don't. He wants to go to Miami. It just feels kind of weird. That doesn't mean he's not going to report if he gets traded to Philly or he gets traded to the Clippers. But I don't know. Do you have an issue with this? I mean, you played on several teams in your career. Do you have any issue with Dame saying Miami or nothing?
No, because I think Dame has done his job of doing everything he possibly can to win a championship in Portland. He's given them everything. And I think Dame and his agent is just looking at it like they don't have too many great years left in that body. So he wants to win a championship, and he wants to be, a really huge part of why he wins the championship. And he sees that in Miami. I have no issue with that. I mean, the man has really done everything he possibly can. So to reward him and be rewarded is to go, with the team that he feels his best chance of winning the championship. I have no problem with this.
I think the opposite would be, of course, the James Harden situation. I think he's made now 3 trade requests in something like 13 months. It's getting a bit obscene for Harden. You're laughing. He's a Houston guy. He's living it up. He's telling the Sixers, I don't want to be here. Trade me. I don't know. Do you feel the same way about Harden that you do about Dame?
No, I do not. I've been on record saying this. I don't understand the trade requests out of Philly. There's an MVP that you're playing with. They have Maxey, who's going to be extremely good this year. I just think that the talent that you have around you is best for you is structured to win a championship or at least compete for one. You guys were 1 game away from getting to the Eastern Conference Finals last year to compete against Miami. And I think Joel Embiid, being that he was the MVP last year, I don't think Miami had any answer for him. And I think you guys could have went to the championship and competed for that last season. But Game 7 of, that Boston-Philly series, it was just brutal. But again, I don't know why you would leave that situation. And I've said even than, any of us know about, because it's just, to me, it's the perfect fit.
Yeah, Harden is one of these great one-on-one players, and you're obviously doing the 4-part documentary series chronicling the inaugural season of the Ones Basketball League. It's on Showtime. Tell me a little about your one-on-one game growing up. I was never a great one-on-one guy. I'm a team player, Tracy. But I do love me some one-on-one. Like Chris Paul's a great one-on-one player. Kobe Bryant, obviously. I think Michael Jordan, the greatest ever in one-on-one. But I don't know. Talk a little about the series.
I think it's just really giving guys a platform. Everybody's not cut out to make it to the NBA. It's only 450 players that play in the NBA every year, but there's thousands and thousands of guys that leave college basketball and just looking for a platform to really showcase their ability. And then you have the guys that are street ball players that just play basketball, just for the passion of it, that are out here and not really have a platform to, for you guys to know who they are. So I created this platform, as you see on the screen right here. You never heard of these guys, but they're guys with great ability, great one-on-one skills, and really a great competitive spirit about them that I think you guys should know about. So that's why I created this platform, to give them a great opportunity to showcase, a elite skill set that you guys should know about.
It's interesting, Trady. I got to ask real quick. So we're seeing a lot of international players come into the league, and they're more oriented, and a lot of the American guys, they're more one-on-one. What's the difference? Like, where's the league headed right now? Like, is there a market for some of these one-on-one guys from your league maybe making the jump to the NBA? Or will executives say, you know what, they're just too iso ball. We're now into the team passing era, the Steph Curry pace and space kind of era?
Well, the goal is, I mean, there's a lot of alternative leagues out here, whether you playing overseas, you have the G League. There's alternative leagues, and you have the big three as well. If there's an opportunity for any one of those guys to make it to the NBA out of my league, I wish it. I definitely think there's a great opportunity for them. We had 4 or 5 guys get G League invites from last season. We didn't even advertise that. Just happened to have some league officials in the building for our championship game last season and saw some of the guys and wanted to invite them to a G League invite. So if there's an opportunity for guys to make it to the NBA out of my league, I think they will be able to handle that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tracy McGrady. One of the great three-point shooters before three-point shooting was super popular. Congrats on the league, T-Mac.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Boy, Tracy McGrady, you guys, I know everybody played video games as a kid, and I forget which one it was, but whatever the NBA one was, Tracy McGrady was so good on that game. I remember I had moved to New York after college, young guy, and my cousins were living in the area. We would just play, and I was Tracy McGrady in the Orlando Magic all the time. I love T-Mac so much. Happy for his success. Before we get to the end of the hour here, I you know me, I'm a nice guy. I'm not out here lobbing grenades at people, but sometimes you got to call guys out. And Tiki Barber, it was a really dynamic. He was good. And I guess he's got a media career now, and he's making some things happen or trying to. And he went on a radio show this week, and he said Daniel Jones can be a top 5 quarterback. And in the staff meeting this morning, I was like, wait, maybe he misspoke. Maybe like a top 5 quarterback in the state of New York, right? Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers. I haven't seen who's the quarterback of the Syracuse Orangemen, but maybe somebody else ahead of Daniel Jones. And I was like, all right, fine. NFC East. Is he a top 5 quarterback? I don't know. Cooper Rush? Who you taking, Cooper Rush or Daniel Jones? I'm not even kidding. Cooper Rush at a significant discount or Daniel Jones for $39 million. So, again, I used to be in the media with the website that I created. I used to work at a newspaper. I freelance for magazines, and I get it. It's tough to cut through sometimes. So Tiki Barber, a former Giant, is out here trying to pump up his guy and get people excited that Daniel Jones could be a top 5 quarterback. Folks, he's not even a top 5 quarterback in the NFC. Like, he's not even sniffing top 5 quarterback in the NFC. I would challenge you. We should get Jay Glazer. I think he's on his honeymoon or he's maybe visiting camps or whatever. I follow him on Instagram. We're kind of friendly, but I haven't texted him in a minute. Hey, Glazer, if you polled 30, let's just say 20 NFL GMs, who would they rather have? Daniel Jones or Brock Purdy? I guarantee you overwhelmingly the answer is Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, the last pick in the draft. I mean, Alex and I were just talking like, is Dak, a top 5 quarterback in the NFC? We didn't even mention Daniel Jones.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.